Welcome to Crow Inclined, here today with a daily energetic check-in. We're going to do a quick pick a card reading for you today using Weeds and Witches Oracle as our card of focus for each pile. So, pile number 1, your card of focus. Okay, we're going to use the Witch of the Forest Tarot there. Pile number 2, your card of focus. And we're going to use the Wandering Star. And pile number 3, your card of focus. And we're going to use the Tarot of the Ruins for this pile. Okay, so feel free to pause and ponder, and I will see you in your pile. Welcome, pile number 1, and our card of focus is number 45 and Tiny Messengers. This is such a beautiful card, right? Now this is the fly agaric, right? This is considered a magic mushroom that this little fairy is sitting on, and all of these cool things are happening around it. So tiny messengers, right? So this mushroom basically overturns perspectives. It changes and shifts perspectives, right? I mean, it's considered a hallucinogenic. Now, that's not what this reading is about. I'm not saying go out and do that, but this is about changing perspectives, okay? Maybe something that was once minuscule in your world, like a situation or whatever it is, now seems immense, right? The perspective has changed. But this is how magic things work. Now, this particular mushroom is really dear to the spirits of the forest, right? Because it opens a portal to perception of other worlds. All right? Shamans use it to travel between worlds, okay? It grows where the threshold narrows, like under fir trees or deep in the forest, all right? So it asks you, with it saying tiny messengers on the bottom, to listen to the one who seems small, right? Because the most powerful messengers sometimes walk close to the ground, whatever that means to you, right? I think another way to look at that is, we always want signs and confirmation for things in our life, and we're always waiting for something big and grand or whatnot. But this is really saying that there are messages coming to you. You will get your message, but you're going to have to change your perspective a little bit and look at it. You're going to have to change your perspective because it's going to come from something teeny, from something small, and you may not catch it right away, but I think it'll stick with you when it comes. All right? Tiny messengers, tiny messages. Something that's going to just click something together for you, okay? All right, I have the Witch of the Forest Tarot Magic, and we're going to go ahead and dig into this. And let me shift here. My foot is falling asleep. And let's go ahead and get this shuffled up. I did pre-shuffle, but I'll do a little bit more for you here. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support. Please don't mind this. I didn't have a piece of paper, and it was part of my list, my grocery list this morning. Anyway, I'm honored to be able to bring you this message today. Maybe I'm your tiny messenger. Who knows, right? All about perspectives. I mean, the card really makes me think about Alice in Wonderland too, Eat this to grow small, drink this to grow big, perspectives change, things happen, and we grow, right? Woo! Okay, right out of the gate, we have the Tower. This is in the first position here. Ooh. Okay. So if we're talking about changing perspectives, then this makes sense, right? The Tower makes sense. There's something that's going to shift within you. Even if we're sitting still, something's going to shift within you, right? This is the nature of your reading here. See what your energy is. Oh, yeah. Your energy is the Ace of Wands. All right. This is a new beginning. Fiery, creative, passionate, juicy, right? This is the bonk on the head card. This is your wake-up call. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. This is already in your energy, okay? So whatever this is, something's about to click with tiny messengers. Something's going to click. Yeah, keep in mind, Chariot. Yeah, it's going to be forward progress, right? But this is also a card of overcoming obstacles. So there's maybe some sort of little mindset that you've been kind of stuck in that's going to shift. It's going to be something really small. Pay attention to the small details right now because, you know, or to the things that maybe normally seem unimportant in your life, right? Like saying hello to somebody on the street. I mean, it could be something as teeny as that, but something's going to help this all click together for you. Oh my goodness sakes, I love this. Yeah. Under the tower, you've got the Three of Cups, which is all about community and celebrating. So this is something, this may have been this, maybe just a last little stuck bit here, right? In your energy is the Seven of Wands. So definitely standing your ground, right? This is a card of persistence. So this new beginning is attached to something that you have persisted with, okay? Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Under the Chariot, we have the Two of Cups. So there definitely is, and this is attached to this community card. Community and besties, whatever. So there's someone in your orbit likely right now who is a soulmate connection for you. Yeah. Now this can be a love interest, it can be a bestie, it can be a co-worker, it can be any of those things, but someone who's pivotal to you right now for this next part of whatever, because once you have your tower, then you rebuild, right? And you rebuild a foundation that's in alignment with who you are right now, okay? And you are changing. You are changing. So underneath the Three of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this is karma and destiny, and it's moving forward for you. This is meant to be. Meant to be. All right, let's get another card for your energy here. I'm liking this energy for you, right? This change in perspective. That's what this tower is about. It feels like it's going to be a bit of an aha moment. Or, oh, okay. In your energy, yeah, the Eight of Wands. This is really fast-moving energy. Once this tower happens, boom, everything's just going to go fast. Now, this is also a card of communication and travel, right? So maybe whatever this is going to cause you to relocate, or you know, maybe something's happening where you got to take a ferry across water every day. I mean, it can be as simple as that too. This is a card of communication too. So communication is key here in your energy because you have all wands. So you are definitely fiery and juicy with this after this tower, right? Before, during, and after this tower. But I like it. It's real persistent energy. Okay. There's a bit of stubbornness there too, but sometimes that serves us well. All right. Let's see what's going to come out under this Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Under that Two of Cups, we have the King of Cups. Yeah, you have a lot of fire and water here, which is totally fine. So yeah, the King of Cups. So this could be this person who's coming in, or someone in your orbit right now. Someone very kind, compassionate, big heart. Okay. Emotionally mature. Could be the soulmate here. Someone you're meant to, the person that you're meant to meet. Like I said, they can take on any form of a relationship, okay? Any form of a relationship. All right. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Yeah, this is going to be kind of quick ones today. I've got so much homework to do, guys. But I want to do this. I want to do this for you. All right, we have the Hermit. Yeah, so you are definitely the seeker right now. Understanding that this is where we find our answers, right? We have the answers within us to everything that we need to know. You know, maybe your little tiny message is going to come from within. Maybe it's going to bubble up and all of a sudden be there, and you're going to be like, what? Where did that come from? But it makes total sense, so I'm going to keep it, kind of energy, right? My bad. All right, just one more. One more. Cards are a little sticky today. Little sticky today. All right, we have the Page of Cups. Yeah. Yet another messenger. Fresh message coming in. Fresh energy. Usually love, magic, fun, that kind of thing. So you do have a message coming. You do have a message coming. It's woven into your the fabric of your story already with this Wheel of Fortune showing up, right? There is a connection coming in. I do believe it has to do with this community over here. You know, when oftentimes when we have a tower and we realign and we have to rebuild, sometimes we have to leave things behind, right? And maybe you've had to leave, you know, groups of people, friends, that kind of thing behind. But there is a new, there's a new one coming in, okay? There's a new one coming in. And I think with them is this person, this soulmate connection. And they may actually have this message for you, is what I'm kind of feeling here. Okay? So pay attention to the little things, pay attention to the small voices, because that's where this message is going to come from. It's not going to be this big grandiose thing. You know, we always want that sign of your sign. It's going to be something small. Pay attention. Okay? All right, pile number 1, that is your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe. Please share with your besties. I'll see you next time. Okay, welcome pile number 2. And your card of focus is number 13 and Late Bloomer. Look at these beautiful flowers. I didn't realize it, but that is the Jerusalem artichoke, right? And the Jerusalem artichoke blooms in the late summer, right? Long after the spring flowers are gone. And they kind of explode open with these sun yellow blossoms during this really cool, unique time of flowering, right? And they're meant to remind you with this card, Late Bloomer, that you don't need to hurry right now. Trust that you are perfectly on time. Okay. From their crazy, the rhizome, the root system, right? In the ground, that energy rises now and it reveals the true nature of this beautiful flower, right? It's like an explosion of just being these beautiful flowers. So in this moment, this card is saying to you, show your beauty. You know, you're meant to be fully seen right now, and you're meant to rejoice for who you are. I really, really like this. I like this. Rejoice in who you are. It's okay to be seen. It's okay to, you know, be wild and crazy or whatever. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say, I often am told that I'm too loud or too weird or whatever. And I think that's just part of our own unique little system, right? Our root system. And this, you're meant to just shine for who you are with Late Bloomer. So that's a great message. I love it. Wandering Star, we're going to go ahead and dig on into this message for you today, because you are divinely on time. Okay? You are exactly where you're meant to be. There's no hurry. It's okay to just be for a little bit. Now, with that in mind, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I hope you're doing well. Please disregard that. That was my little sort of grocery list. Part of my list of stuff I needed to get today. Weren't necessarily groceries. Anyway, thank you for being here. Super honored to be able to bring you this message today. Please keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. But I am happy to have you on board. Happy to be with you also on your journey. All right, late bloomer, what's happening? Oh, okay. So we've got some sleepless nights happening here. We have the swirly whirly mind. Oh, what am I trying to say? Racing mind. Swirly, whirly, racing mind. Worry, anxiety. There's something keeping you up at night. There's something that you're really, really worried about. What are you worried about? What are you worried about? Oh my goodness sakes. In your energy, you have a tower. Okay, so that's okay. It's release, it's destruction, it's enlightenment, right? This is usually a sudden moment that comes in. Something sudden comes in and it just blows up your foundation. But that's okay. The foundation probably suited you. It was meant for you at one point. But now there's something shifting. And so things are changing for you, which means you have to rebuild. Tower moments come in to realign us to our path. They're kind of a course correction, right? Not always. Sometimes we don't move on and change when we're meant to. And so towers come in and they sort of force it when we're kind of dragging our feet. So there's something around this that you're worrying about right now, which I get it. I think towers are beautiful things, okay? And if you've seen my readings, you understand how I feel about towers. Keep in mind, King of Cups. All right, Cups. So this either means please be compassionate with yourself right now. If you are a very empathic, intuitive person, you know, and you are kind of that person for everybody else when they're struggling, they come to you, they talk to you, you give them a shoulder, you have the compassion for them, you show them the love and the understanding, all of those things. I think you're being asked to do that for yourself right now. Do that for yourself right now. And remember, the late bloomer says you are divinely on time. So maybe there's a sense of urgency or something with this Nine of Swords here. Practice some self-care. Please be compassionate with yourself. But also trust your intuition. I mean, that's a huge, huge part of how we show ourselves self-love, is we trust ourselves, okay? All right, with that Nine of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, so there's something that you are leaving behind, and obviously with the Tower in your energy, you're meant to, okay? Like I said, realignment. So the Six of Swords is all about moving on, right? It's about refocusing on the shore ahead as opposed to looking behind at the past, right? It's a card of discovery, exploration into the possibilities of what's coming, of what's in front of you. So this is really good. Yeah, you're no longer focusing on the past, which is nice. Because it's easy to, you know, and maybe you were, maybe that's what this Tower is for. It's like, no more, none of that. Time to move forward, right? In your energy, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now this one says teaching, enterprises, success, talent, but it is a card of collaboration or a card of presenting something to an audience, okay? Threes are a card of mastery, right? So there's something that you've kind of mastered, something that you've been working on, and you're ready to share it. You're ready to show it. I'm just looking at these little mushrooms. Aren't those they call them fly agaric, right? That was in that first reading. That's so cool. Anyway, Three of Pentacles too is also about your foundation in the material world, right? So maybe you're going to be teaching something, showing something, sharing something, working collaboratively on something. That is to help you with your material world foundation. Okay. keep in mind we have the Death card. So this is an ending and a new beginning. Obviously, you're shedding old skins. You're shedding old behavior patterns. You're shedding the worry and the stress with that 9 over there. And a new beginning. This is a card of transformation. Out with the old, in with the new. What's going on here? Remember, late bloomer says not to worry and don't hurry. You are divinely on time. Under the 6 of Swords, we have the World. So you are completing a cycle here. We're going to put some clothes on her. Completing a cycle, right? So you're going to have time. This is a karmic cycle that you're completing. You're going to have time to just sort of enjoy the rewards and the success of that, okay? You're completing a cycle. Tower moment. Leaving the stress behind, looking towards your future, no longer staring at the past, right? This is a new beginning. You are transforming. You are transforming. Look at this in your energy. I love it. It's Temperance with divine timing, right? Late bloomer says you are divinely on time. Now, this is also a card of healing and moderation, right? It's a card of patience. It's in your energy. It's like you figured it out. No more worry. Let's see where this is going. Where is this going? Yeah, look at that. The Mother Star. Now, you know, if you know me and you know this deck, this is an extra card. So it is a yes for whatever your question is. Mother Star has collected everything on her journey, right? Long journey of events and people and struggles and good stuff and bad stuff and all of that, and collected all the things, you know, the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, and this special winged cat with the third eye, super intuitive. But she understands, she can look back at the past and understand why things worked and why things didn't. She understands how everything kind of clicked together. And using that, looking forward. And I like that this showed up because here you are in the 9. You know, the nature of this is worry, worry, worry over here in your head, and then directly into moving on and looking towards your future, which is kind of what she is about. Understanding the past and taking all of that and moving into the future. So that is a beautiful card to show up for you in this reading. Okay, like you have this deep understanding. Even if you don't think you do, you do. It's there. It's there. We have the 6 of Wands coming out. It's a card of triumph and victory and glory. This is a card of recognition. Okay, so you might be being recognized for something. Sharing, teaching. Maybe you're meant to share your story. Maybe. Yeah, well, I knew the 9 of Wands was going to come out, right? I mean, it's a card of a long, hard journey. All the people, all the things that have come at you, but you keep getting up and you keep going forward. So you've learned how to have healthy boundaries here, right? You've figured out how to support yourself and how to ask for support. This is how we move forward, right? It's a card of resilience. Card of resilience. All right. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Everything is happening the way that it's meant to happen, okay? All divine timing. You are divine timing. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, there's no rush, right? Why not hang out for a while with the Hanged Man? You may have been you may have felt like you've been in sort of a cosmic timeout here trying to figure things out, but that's okay. This is all about getting that new perspective and pivoting to find a new approach to something. All right, this is what you're doing. I mean, you had to go through this tower moment. You had to leave this stress and worry behind, right? It's going to bring you into a beautiful future. Let's see if we can get a card about your future. Like, where is it? Where are you heading with this 6 of Swords crossing waters card? Where are you heading? Where are you heading? Where are you heading? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Wishes, dreams, desires, guiding light. realigning with your North Star. This is where you're going, right? Inspiration, faith, hope, and miracles. What a beautiful, beautiful reading for you. All right, pile number 2, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that thumbs up button if any of this resonates with you, and I will see you soon. Welcome, pile number 3, and your card of focus is 23, and stories will take you far. Ooh, I love a good story. Who doesn't love a good story, right? They're a remedy, right? They cross time and space, and they allow us to live these amazing adventures, right? To become immersed in a different life, in a different era, in a different realm, otherworldly, whatever your favorite kind of story is, right? Sorry, a shift here. And storytelling's an ancient gesture that heals not only the listener or the reader, but also the narrator, right? The storyteller. And this card, the chickweed, see, they're sort of going in this boat through the chickweed. This is the weed that goes with this card, is what I'm trying to say, right? The chickweed. So the chickweed grows light, but it has really super strong roots, okay? And like certain stories that ask to be told and retold, they're like the chickweed. Those are the stories that you read that you don't ever forget, right? They anchor deep in you, like the chickweed anchors into the earth. Stories that are begging to be retold. Stories that we want to reread all the time, okay? So this is a time for you to read, write, ask someone to tell you a story, tell someone a story, right? Because every word shared opens a new space. And from there you go forward. Even if you don't move physically, right? Because when we're reading, we're not really moving. Things inside begin to shift. We begin to experience new perspectives, okay? Our mind opens to new possibilities, to creativity, to what ifs, all right? Stories will take you far. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this, I love this, I love this. Of course, I always love a good story, you know? And even reading tarot is all about telling a story, right? Most things in life are a story, waiting to be told. Okay. Right. I have these. Oh, I sort of got lost in thinking about a really good story. So I have Tarot of the Ruins. And we're going to go ahead and dig into this reading. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm super honored to be able to bring you this reading today. Okay. So you're meant to read, write, tell a story, hear a story, be immersed in a story, right? Revisit stories, right? Like chickweed, the stories that sort of hang with you. There's a reason they do. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Please keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. All right, use your discernment. You'll know if it's for you or not. Okay, right out of the gate, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a real slow-moving energy, but it is very strategic, right? And it's a slow-moving energy towards building your foundation in the material world. Reading, writing. I'm going to figure this out. In your energy is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's 2 knights right out of the gate. Now, the Knight of Wands is fast-moving energy and typically will take the spark of that Page of Wands, the spark of that idea, and fan the flames and like propel it into the future, right? So in regards, if we're talking about stories, this is your plot, right? It's the thing that drives your story with the Knight of Wands. Fiery, juicy, creative, passionate, right? There's a lot of creativity here. Are you writing a story? Is it bringing you to this foundation? This is so interesting because they're both knights. They're both cards of action. Keep in mind you have the Page of Pentacles. All right. Observing. This is so the pages are very young, fresh energy, right? Sometimes can be kind of childlike, but the Page of Pentacles has this adult-like analytical mind when it comes to money investments. Things that will build a material world foundation, such as finances, investments, property, that kind of thing. You know, whatever material world abundance is for you. So this is in your energy, and it's, keep in mind, okay, so I think what it's saying here with the Knight of Pentacles being in the position of the nature of, and this being, and keep in mind, I think you're meant to remember, like, don't forget where you started with this idea as you're moving forward to build your foundation with this Knight of Pentacles, okay? Don't lose sight of what it was originally. That's what that's saying. Are you writing? Are you reading? Are you narrating? Are you doing voiceovers? Are you blogging? Are you TikToking? There's something. Stories. Okay, under that Knight of Pentacles, we have that Eight of Swords. Okay, I'm a little surprised to see that. But maybe not, right? Because the Eight of Swords is sort of putting limitations and restrictions on ourselves, right? So maybe there is something that you're working on, something that is going to be really good for you in the future, but you might need to look at it a little differently, you know. Sometimes when, this is just an example, sometimes when we're writing a story and we decide we want it to be, you know, a supernatural thriller, we sort of get stuck in the tropes of what that means, you know, when in reality, you can do whatever you want with the story. So I think that's what this means. I think this means shimmy out of the bindings, take the blindfold off, look around, and understand that you're not really restricted or limited in any way, okay? It's a change in perspective, right? When the Eight of Swords takes the blinders off, this one actually is a mask, takes that off, they see the world a little bit differently, all right? So a change in perspective can happen with the Eight of Swords once those come off. All right, in your energy is the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is generally a messenger of love, fun, magic, you know, good news, that kind of thing. But it's in your energy, so there's a message maybe you're supposed to give. Maybe there's a story you're supposed to tell. How cool and fun and interesting is that? Right? Oh, sorry. Hang on. I have a blanket jacket on and the cat is in it. So, and he's snoring. I don't know if you can hear him, but it's making it really hard for me to get comfortable here on my little mat. Okay. Oh, and we have the Tower showing up. Okay, so the Tower has shown up in all three piles, you guys. And it's coming up underneath this Page of Pentacles here. Certainly attached to this Eight of Swords. All right. So it does appear that you are going to be taking the blindfold off and looking at things a little bit differently, right? You're going to have a change in perspective here. You're going to look at things differently. You're going to look at things differently. Changing perspectives. Stories are healing, remember. Maybe your story is going to heal other people. Maybe you didn't realize that your story healed you. Ooh. Say what? Yeah, under that Eight of Swords, here we go, the Devil. Okay? The Devil. These are our attachments. And I think it's coming out underneath this Eight of Swords because it's confirmation that your limitations and restrictions that you've placed on yourself with whatever the situation is for you, it's different for everybody. They got to go. Right? Loosen the bindings. Shake them off. Allow yourself to think freely, to be freely. There's a message you're meant to give. There's a message that you're meant to give to the world, right? In your energy is the Four of Cups. It's a card of awareness. So there's something around you right now that you're not aware of. You need to open your eyes and look. It's in your energy. There's something kind of right in front of you, right? With this idea, with this message you're meant to give. Maybe there's a certain way you're meant to give it and you're not. Maybe you are meant to be a spoken word storyteller. Maybe you're meant to do it around campfires for groups of people in the summertime, you know. Maybe it's theater. Maybe, you know, it can be anything. It can be anything. Under the Tower, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, so you definitely have a soulmate connection coming in here. This Tower is going to bring it in. But it's going to happen when it's meant to happen, right? This is a soulmate connection for you. Maybe this person is already around you. This is why this Four of Cups is showing up. They're already in your orbit, perhaps. Now, this can be a love interest, but it can also be a best friend, right? Coworker, boss. Basically, someone who's kind of pivotal, who's going to be important in your world. Maybe it's another storyteller or someone who introduces you to another way of storytelling. We have the Ace of Pentacles, or maybe someone has a story for you that inspires you. Ooh, maybe. So Ace of Pentacles, yeah, it's the richest card in the deck, isn't it? It's a new beginning in the material world foundation of money and finances and investments and all of that stuff, right? So this is beautiful. It's coming. This is all coming together for you. Stories will take you far. So remember, stories will take you far says to be sure and read, to write, to read, you know, request a story, tell a story, all those things. Maybe there's a message coming to you in a story. I'm not sure. No, because you're the messenger. You're the messenger. You are the messenger. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. All right. So this is karma and destiny. That wheel is moving. It's moving, moving, moving. This is all meant to be, okay? This is all meant to be. I love this for you. And Judgment. So yeah, you're kind of going through an awakening here. Towers have a funny way of doing that. Something is shifting in you, and it has to do with stepping away from these limitations and restrictions placed on yourself, getting rid of those. Just be open to the possibilities, right? Open to the possibilities. And we have the Page of Wands. Yep, there's your idea. There's that spark of an idea. That knight's waiting to fan the flames on it. It's already here. This could also be about this Four of Cups, right? That it's something already in your orbit. You just haven't quite clicked to it yet. Okay? You got this. All right, pile number 3, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe. Share with your besties, and I will see you next time.